Foremost, I want to like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakak, Wadash. And I would also like to give a double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that do well, that have taught me this truth. And I would also like to say a sincere shalom unto the hopeful elect, unto the scattered elect, unto the brothers, the men, the prophets that are out there prophesying and laboring in this truth and in this doctrine. Unto you I say shalom. AI telekinesis and locked out RFID chips. All right, this is going to be a Mark of the Beast update. And it just, things are becoming more clear and clear about this Mark of the Beast. Okay, that Esau's not making it a mystery anymore. They're not hiding anything. They're bringing forth this wicked left-hand technology. And they're beginning to, they're in the early stages of beginning to seduce the minds of the people. Okay, of course, the main objective for this MOTB is to buy and sell, but it's going to have multiple uses. All right, that's going to give you an illusion of convenience, and some things may be more convenient, but at the end of the day, what is the penalty? The penalty is thermonuclear fire. The penalty is chariot fire. This comes a heavy judgment. There's a heavy judgment that comes with taking this mark of the beast. All right, and it's the job of the prophets, it's true and sincere prophets that are out there that's laboring to give our people the warning, because this is the second most important prophecies next to World War III. Okay, and Esau's gradually rolling this out. Of course, it's going to be attached to the money. All right, that's going to be the main use of it, but it's going to have many of the uses. All right, and I got this article right here where these MIT students, Arnav Kapoor, built a AI headset that reads your brain and pulls out your thoughts. This guy, this Esau, all right, and this is like not technology that these guys just came up with. They've been trying to develop this for years, all right, because it goes into placing the microchip in your brain. Okay, Elon Musk is already obviously through the Neuralink, and there's various other types of Neuralink technology that they're rolling out. But this is just a part of. This is one of the. You could say this is an add-on that Esau more than likely he's going to present to the world. Okay, and like I said, he's gonna give it the illusion of convenience. All right, it's called the alter ego. No speaking, it just turns your thoughts into words. All right, and the only one that knows our thoughts is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Okay, but Esau, this devil, he wants to know your thoughts. He wants to know what you're thinking, what you're about to think, what you're about to do. He wants to know everything like he's the Most High. All right, and the world is going to see that he's only a man. All right, he's only in a base man at that. And I got this other article right here where it's this magician. He says, magician had an RFID chip implanted in his hand, then forgot the password. So obviously, it's Esau's going to prevent this as unhackable. You won't need passwords anymore, and apparently you do. Okay, and this guy forgot the damn password. So it's people are already getting the chip, and they're getting it for other reasons besides buying and selling. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of people out there that take it before it's even made mandatory, and that's what Esau wants. Esau, this devil needs people to willfully cooperate with their new world order and get down with it. All right, so by the time he reaches a certain number, he reaches a certain quota. Everyone else is through. Esau can get rid of them. Okay, through their various tactics, and the main tactic they're going to use is sword. All right, where they're going to come to your cities, come to your towns, wherever you be, and they may just lay you down. They may send a drone strike. They just want to get rid of people. All right, and preserve those that that will comply and get down with the New World Order. Just like the Most High has an elect, Esau in a left hand way has an elect of that's going to follow him and with this New World Order. So let me read a little bit of this first, and then I'm gonna get the telekinesis, the AI telekinesis video. It's not that long, maybe a minute and 20 seconds. It says Missouri magician and molecular biologist Tang Wang thought he spiced up his act by incorporating a little bit of a cyberpunk dystopia vibe. So he implanted an RFID chip into his hand that he could use to trigger magic tricks, which sounds like cheating. I'm not up to the latest ethical debate in magic community, but that definitely sounds like cheating. All right, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna have other magicians and performers or whatever, possibly put a that the RFID chip in their hand or wherever to create some type of illusion. All right. Let me see. Let me go to the part where this fool forgets the password. Originally, the chip was supposed to create slick, futuristic illusions. Audience members could not could Audience members could tap their phones in one hand and trigger tricks. In theory, at least. It says in practice, Wang discovered that repeatedly asking strangers to press their phone against his palm doesn't give off the vibe of ancient mysticism that he probably hoped for, and seemed to remind the audience more of a store checkout lane. He also found that a lot of phones had the feature disabled. So that's what is that showing you right there? That the phones already got it. Okay, the technology is here. All right, they're giving away free phones. Hey, look at that. They put the damn phone right on the thing. All right, they're giving away free phones like it ain't nothing. Okay, come get a free iPhone. Come get a free Android. Come get a free this or whatever. A Google phone. Or because the technology is already built in these phones, so everything is set up. All right, it says let me see. The magic of magic is dampened a bit while the audience member has to fumble through their phone settings. Let me see. Eventually, Wang repurposes the implant to link to a Bitcoin address, which is sad in its own way. Excuse me. I got even sadder when he changed it again to redirect to an Imager meme. The sadness seeming peaked when the link of the Imager meme died. You can't have an RFID chip in your palm that links to a 404. So he went to rewrite the chip. He realized that the sadness had really and truly peaked when, after all the time, he had forgotten the password entirely. All right, so this is just a small example of how people are using the RFID chip to put in their hands, put in their bodies for other things, other than buying and selling, even though buying and selling is the main purpose. All right, and this technology right here is something that a lot of the, you could say wealthier, rich Edomites are going to, get more than likely. It's not going to be available to regular Jake, or it's going to be probably more than likely available to those that can pretty much afford it. All right, let me show you this. Let me click the video.
You talk just like you normally would, but without making a sound. Let me show you how it works.
So he has a headset on.
This is where it gets really interesting. It also works with other people wearing an alter ego. It feels almost telepathic. Where do you want to get lunch after this? Hi, could be good. It doesn't matter where Arnav and I are. It could be a noisy environment or a quiet office. Having a direct conversation is possible without saying a word. If you're traveling, your silent speech can be converted into any language. So Scott, how's my Mandarin? We believe this is the beginning of that future, where technology is no longer an external box we carry, but a natural extension of who we are.
And that's what the wicked elite want to do. They want to merge man with machine. Merge, what is it called? It's a term for it. Transhumanism. That's the word. Transhumanism. Okay, and they already have these earpieces that translate languages, and now they're with these headsets they have on. All right, they're able to read the other person's mind pretty much. Okay, and like I said, this devil, if this person can read the other person's mind, I'm pretty sure it's connected to some type of database. Eventually, they're gonna have AI headsets that kind of like the movie what was it called? Damn, I can't think of the name. Where they put the chip in the guy's head. Damn, what's the name of that movie? Let me look it up real quick. I can't think of it. Upgrade. It was called Upgrade. Came out in 2018. All right, and this is similar to that, but this technology eventually is going to be um, surgically implanted in your brain. Okay, and like I said, this devil thinks he's the Most High. He wants to know your thoughts. He wants to know everything. Okay, but he's not the Most High. He's only a man, as the Scripture says. Let me grab this Ezekiel 28. Ezekiel 28, the Prince of Tyrus. And we bring this out because the Prince of Tyrus was proud like Esau. He felt that he couldn't be brought down. He couldn't be brought low. Okay, but hey, he fell just like Esau's going to fall. Okay, this is Ezekiel 28:2. Son of man, say unto the Prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord, because thou hast lifted thy heart up, and thou hast said, I am a power. I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not a power, not a God. Though thou set thy heart as the heart, though I set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Okay, and that's what these devils are doing. They're setting their sights on the to be in the seat of the Most High. Okay, with this technology where they can they can know your thoughts. They can shut you off and turn you off and turn you on. Okay, and it's gonna be Esau. He uses crafty words to get Jake to give in, to try things out. All right, to look deeper into this, and the Esau has ways to get Jake's mind, and really put a snare in front of Jake to trick Jake. Okay, and a lot of Jake's, like I said, this is the brain technology is really not for Jake. That's for a lot of these Edomites. But our people, Esau knows this, are influenced by these Edomites, these rich Edomites, because all right, the scripture says, you are your father the devil, and everything this devil does, all right, this our people want to do. Our people want to follow after. Okay, at least the so-called rich ones in this world. All right, but hey, that's how this devil's getting down. That's what he's trying to do. All right, in his last days, and he's showing his face. He's showing the world who he actually is. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And Esau is really revealing himself. He's really revealing his intentions. He's revealing, who he is at the end of the day. He's the devil. He's the ultimate deceiver. Okay, and he's going to use any way he can to deceive the masses. Okay, to receive or and take this MOTB in your forehead or in your right hand or anywhere in your body. Verse 4: Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he is a power, that he so that he is as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Okay, and that's what he's essentially doing with this left hand technology. Okay, who opposeth? Excuse me, I read that. Remember ye not when I was with was when? Excuse me. Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now he know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him is the point, one of the points, whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. This is a lying wonder. With all deceivableness and of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusions, that they shall believe a lie. Or this is a strong delusion right here. All right, to really think that doing this shit will not have any type of ill effects on you. All right, you wanna know what this person and this person is. You want to communicate with this person and that person through telekinesis. All right, and this is the thing about it is Esau envies the second covenant that the Israelites are going to receive in the kingdom of heaven. That the elect is going to receive, or the first ones are going to be the first ones that are going to be changed. Okay, and we're changed. We're in that new covenant. We'll be able to do these things that Esau's trying to do now, but it'll be in all righteousness. We won't need a headset. We won't need anything besides what the Heavenly Father given us. Okay, which is a spirit of righteousness, where we'll never go off, we'll never sin. All right, we'll be perfect. We'll be pure. All right, the Lord is going to be will be made white. Okay, the Lord is going to wash away our sins, wash away our, wipe away our tears. All right, and we'll never fall as a nation. But there's a lot of niggas out there that and like I said, this is just you know, one part of it. All right, Esau is going to bring all type of wicked devices to try to entice Jake to take it. Okay, but like I said, we won't need any of this technology, this left hand technology. We won't need nothing but the spirit, the new spirit that the Lord is going to put in us, the new righteous spirit that the Lord is going to put in us. And hey, the hopeful elect, the elect are willing to wait. Okay, but while our people, they're not willing to wait. All right, you're gonna have niggas in there that want to learn a language, so they just wanted to get it download into them. All right, you're gonna have and these are some of the basic things. Now, not excuse me, not basic. These are some of the extra things that will come with this technology. The basic things are buying and selling. Okay, and that's gonna that's gonna be something like yeah, it's a necessity in this wicked ass society, but you got to be willing to suffer. You got to be willing to be without. And a lot of our people are so used to having things in abundance and being gluttonous that they can't go a day without eating. They can't go 2 days without eating. They can't go. They're afraid to lose their job, or they're really just afraid to step out on faith. That's really what it really boils down to. All right, this is Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that word killed, there's going to be those that are going to be literally killed, but it also means to be cut off. So you're going to be cut off from society. You're going to be cut off from, everything if you don't receive this man's mark, okay, his mark. Okay, if you don't bow down to the image of the beast, which is one world government, one world currency, digital currency. Okay, you have if you say anything opposing to this new system, you're going to be considered an enemy. All right, you're going to be of the new world order. Okay, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so like I said, the basic thing that the chip is going to do is you'll be able to buy and sell, but it's going to eventually have multiple uses. Okay, and those multiple uses are things of convenience. All right. Let me go over to I went all the way to the top of Genesis. Let me go to the next chapter, verse 14 and 9. And it reads, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. All right. I read it in the 13th chapter, but the forehead and the hand. Okay, one got one, and they don't actually have these headsets in their heads, in their surgically implanted in their heads, but eventually that's the next step. Okay. Back to where was I? 14 verse chapter 14. Excuse me. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right, so that's that personal judgment from Yahawashi for those that take the chip, that those that get the brain chip, those that can't wait on the Lord to get upgraded. The Lord is going to upgrade us. Okay, we ain't waiting. We not trying to take none of Esau's wicked ass left hand technology. Okay, because it's all flawed. All right, even if it wasn't, we not taking it. Okay, look at this guy. Esau. So you don't never forget. This nigga forgot his password to his chip. Okay, some friends told him the only way to crack it will be to strap an RFID reader to his hand for weeks and brute force every possible combination. The chip remains locked, and it seems like it will stay that way forever unless Wang finds a sticky note with a password written on it somewhere in his desk. So, he's simple as hell, but it's gonna be a lot of more simple ass niggas out there that do the same thing. All right, not misplacing their password, but actually getting the chip in them. Okay, because these Jake is gonna act like that's the only choice they had. Yeah, you do got a choice. All right, that's why it's called the hour of temptation, which is gonna try the whole world. Everyone's gonna have a choice. Okay, everyone's gonna know about it. All the Israelites are gonna know. They're gonna heard. They're gonna hear. They're gonna hear. The prophets tell them what it is. Okay, this is Ezekiel 33 and I'll start at 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses. They speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh from the Lord, cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as the people, and they hear thy words, but they will do them not. For with their mouth they show much love, but their hearts are gone after their covetousness. Okay, and they're gonna a lot of jakes. You go down the street, you show a nigga this video, or the video of the guy putting the chip in his hand, or the telekinesis one. A nigga say, I'll never do that. No, that's the mark of the beast. Okay, but when that time comes, when your faith is put to the test. All right, what are you gonna do? Oh man, my kid, I gotta eat, man. My kids gotta eat. I gotta. My job tell me I gotta keep this job. This is a good job. Jake don't got faith. All right, they says they show much love. With their mouth they show much love, but their heart is gone forth after their covetousness. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice and play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this comes to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. They're going to know that the prophets were there to tell them, all right? They were there to give them examples of this technology, okay? And show them, like, hey, they're doing this now, but eventually they're going to do this. Eventually, they're doing this now. This is the end game of this. And the end game was that mark of the beast. The end game is to, make it mandatory for the whole population to receive it. All right. And you tell Jake that, but Jake don't see it because Jake don't really see an end. Jake think like, what everything that we're doing right now is forever. All right. This kingdom is not forever. Esau is not forever. Okay. The only thing that's forever is the kingdom, is the kingdom of heaven. Okay. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the hopeful elect, and I would like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash, Shalom.